Alright, hi there YouTube, it's me Morphsuit America, and in this video I'll be talking about the Challengers Dungeon. Now obviously if you are playing on the Korean Dragon Blades, it's already been out. However, I never actually done a video talking about it, and the reason why I'm actually making a video right now is one, to kind of, make the video for it, and two, to inform the global version of Dragon Blades about this dungeon and why you should actually do this. When it comes to the Challengers Dungeon, it is a new PvE mode you can find in the Challenge Gorg. And when it comes to what you can do with this dungeon, it will increase the drop rates for various things. However, the plus side to this is that there's a whole new skill tree that you can use to boost up your stats, to boost up the special effects, to boost up the drop rates for certain things. Now, I will have a link in the description below to talk about the different stats and if you want to read it for yourself. But pretty much what you want to do is click on the icon for it. It will take you to this screen here. So it looks like a regular dungeon. There's going to be 4 areas where you have to defeat whatever the leader is, and then the mobs, and then you can proceed onwards. Now when you're actually running the quest, make sure that you physically click on the green button or the next button, because if you decide to leave it on auto run, it will auto run on whatever stage you left it on. So I didn't know there was a bunch of other stages I can go to. Like, you need to click on this yellow button up here to actually go to the stage you want to, the stage that you can go to, and also, the one you can run on. And if you're stuck on a certain area, then most likely you need to backtrack, you need to level up your equipment, level up your characters, you need to do something so you can actually proceed onwards. I think during its release there would be 22 stages of this, but yeah. Later on they'll add more floors, so the higher the floor the better. That will help you level up faster, and then you can have more points so you can put into your new skill tree. Obviously I was a bit ignorant about this part because I was like, I don't know, I was very lazy when it comes to Challenges Dungeon. And to be perfectly honest with you guys, like during the first few months of Challenges Dungeon's release, I didn't realize I actually had to physically click on that green button to go to the next stage. So I was actually spamming on the first floor for like maybe 3 months, and I didn't increase my level that much. So yeah, this is why you read, people, so you don't do silly mistakes like how I did it. But anyways, once again, if you want to know about more details, like what stage gives you the most experience and stuff, Wikipedia has that information. And the other thing I'll state is this: when it comes to running the Challengers Dungeon, it will consume 4 shoes instead of 2, like in the storyline stuff. So there's another thing I should mention. To figure out what your challenger level is, all you need to do is look at your portrait and see if there's a level right there. Mine is level 161, or you can go to the Challengers Dungeon mode, and then you can see it at the upper left hand corner of the screen. And if you're wondering what that 6% is, I think this percentage is your overall reward chance increase, and I think it's different from your skill tree, unless I'm wrong and you guys can correct me on that. However, with that being said, let's move on to the skill tree. Now, there are 4 tabs for this, and if you're wondering how you can get your skill points, you just need to level up your Challengers Dungeon. So if you have like 900 as a level for your Challengers Dungeon, or as your dungeon level, or whatever you want to call it, then you will have 900 points to allocate into, and hopefully you can get the key stats or the key things you want to emphasize on. So with the first tab, this is pretty much your basic stats. The first one is strength, the second one is dexterity, third one intelligence, and fourth one stamina. So what I decided to do was focus heavily on the intelligence because I used a bunch of enchanters, and yeah, and I should put some points into stamina, but hopefully once I get my dungeon level to maybe 300, 400, 500, I can actually max out these stats. On the second page, it's more on the attack stats. The first one increases your accuracy. Second one increases defense penetration. Third one increases your critical chance. Fourth one increases your critical chance. Fourth one is increase your critical damage. So yeah, the thing is, I decided to emphasize more on defense penetration, question mark. I mean, I could emphasize on the critical chance and damage, but I think defense penetration is the main thing you want to go for now. Once again, if you get a higher level and if you have more points, you can allocate a lot more, or maybe, you know, max out all 4 of these, but I am not at a high level just yet. And most likely, if you're wondering how many points you need in total to max all of these out, you need to be like maybe level 100. No, you need to be around like level 800 plus. So the third tab is focused around the defense abilities. So the first one increases your defense, second one increases your immunity, third one increases critical damage reduction, and then fourth one increase your evasion. Now I think it's safe for me to say that the main defense you want to focus on, or the main stat you want to go for now, would be the increased critical damage reduction. I mean, if you want to, you can go for the other 3, but you know, making sure that you don't lose as much HP and not like die out right off the bat is kind of helpful. So yeah. And then lastly, the last tab is rewards. The first one increases your gold acquisition. Second one increases your ally acquisition. Third one increases your essence acquisition. I think it's acquisition because it's like ACQ or acquirement, question mark. I don't know if that's actually a word. And then the fourth one increases your jewel acquisition. Okay, when I say acquisition, I mean drop rate, okay? I don't know why I'm using that big fancy word. So once again, using it in simpler terms, first stat is increased drop rate. Increases gold drop rate. Second one increases ally drop rate. Third one increases your essence drop rate. Fourth one increases your jewel drop rate. But yeah, I decided to emphasize a lot more on the essence and slightly on the gold. Ally, I might do it later on once I max out both the actually no, I'm gonna max out the what is it? I know I'm gonna max out the essence one, but once I have a little bit more points, I'll put some points into allies. Jewels, I mean, they are handy if you don't have a lot of jewels, but that's not your main focus. You want to make sure you focus on your allies and then kind of worry about the jewels later on. And that concludes this video talking about the Challengers Dungeon. Now, what are your thoughts about this? To me personally, when they released this, I was indifferent about it. I wasn't excited about it or disappointed about it. The reason why is because you still have to deal with RNG. If you know your math, if you know video games, especially when it comes to the drop rates for certain things, and if you know how to actually calculate the drop rate percentage and all this good sort, then yeah, RNG is still a thing. And even if you're able to increase the highest chance of trying to get the maximum drop rate for something, it might shit in your face. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it as much. Like I said, this is kind of the technical math side of things I've been doing in my head. But yeah, pretty much that's Challengers Dungeon. It's a fun little mode that you can get a slight increase in, and I think it is better than just spamming on the regular story. Actually no, it is better than spamming in the regular dungeon mode because of all the boosts you're able to do in that skill tree. But yeah, just, you know, lay it on me, tell me your thoughts about it, what you like, what you dislike, what you were hoping for, and etc, etc. But that's it. Thank you guys, and peace.